Damien Woody was on ESPN First Take with Stephen A. Smith. He didn't hold back when it came to Shedeur Sanders and Deshaun Watson. Also, Todd Monken says Shedeur Sanders surprised him with his mobility. We're getting ready to talk about it all right here on Sports Talk with B. Watts. Do me a favor. You got to do me a solid. Hit that like button. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed. Hit that notification button. It'll let you know whenever I go live or drop a video. Will you do that for me? Let's get this show started. Let's go.
Complicated when you count this paper. Yeah, girl, I wanna see you, but I'll see you later. Yeah, there's too much going on, girl, just do me a favor. Yeah, girl, I know you love me, but you know I can't do it.
Damien Woody, a former NFL player, was on First Take over there on ESPN. They asked him about the chances of Shedeur Sanders being QB1 to start the season off for the Cleveland Browns. And let's listen to what Damien Woody had to say about Shedeur Sanders and Deshaun Watson. Damien Woody.
Damien Woody is back here with us on First Take. How confident are you that Shedeur is QB1 week 1 for the Browns?
I mean, listen, I guess over 50%. I mean, right now you're talking about between him and Deshaun Watson. Hell, Deshaun Watson hasn't been relevant since 2020. The only thing that's keeping Deshaun Watson on that team is his contract. And so when you talk about those two, I would have to lean towards Shedeur Sanders. But listen, I think the biggest thing with the Cleveland Browns situation, all starting five of their offensive line are free agents. They literally have no starting offensive line right now, as we speak of. That is a bleak situation if you're the Cleveland Browns, regardless of who plays the quarterback position right now.
That's Damien Woody over there on ESPN First Take talking about Shedeur Sanders, his chances on being QB1. Damien Woody says over 50% chance that he believes that Shedeur Sanders will be QB1 for the Cleveland Browns this offseason. And also, he just don't believe Deshaun Watson is healthy enough to be the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. Just don't believe he's been through too much in his career as a quarterback lately in his career to be physical enough to take the pounding of the NFL. You got to remember, I did the research. Deshaun Watson haven't played but 19 games in the last 6 seasons. 19 games in the last 6 seasons. That's going to be a big hurdle for Deshaun Watson to jump over to be in the middle of a quarterback competition with the Cleveland Browns. I understand that the head coach and the general manager, Andrew Berry, wants Deshaun Watson in a quarterback competition with Shedeur. But hey, we ain't dodging no smoke. Shedeur Sanders want it all. He want it all. Let Deshaun Watson come on. I just don't believe that Deshaun Watson is better than Shedeur Sanders at the quarterback in their career right now. Once again, like Andrew Berry said, he just needs Shedeur to get in the playbook, get in the weight room, and, hey, be ready. Be ready and cut down off the mistakes. And Shedeur will be ready. Come into training camp, be ready to go. Know that playbook. Know the playbook. That's going to be a big, important part of Shedeur getting the jump over Dylan Gabriel and Deshaun Watson for as that QB. For as QB1. All right, moving on. Todd Monken did an interview yesterday, and if you listen to him, he said Shedeur Sanders surprised him. How did he surprise him? Say he surprised him with his mobility. He just didn't look like the quarterback that Todd Monken coached in the past for as Lamar Jackson. But he saw some things that impressed him. He said some key things that he surprised me with his mobility. He said Shedeur Sanders has a real knack of getting out of the pocket and getting out of harm's way. And he also said, hey, Shedeur Sanders feels and he can sense in the pocket that the rush is coming and he know what to do to get out of the way. So let's listen to Todd Monken and see the things that he had to say about Shedeur Sanders. Todd Monken.
The quarterbacks have mobility. I think you see that on tape. Shedeur surprised me a little bit in terms of it's mobile might be, but he's got a knack. He's got a feel like he does in playmaking. He has a real sense in the pocket when it starts to collapse and moving around the pocket. And he made more plays or got himself out of trouble than I would have guessed, than I would have thought even coming out, which was nice to see. As Deshaun has, Dresger and Dylan has.
That's Todd Monken talking about Shedeur Sanders, saying Shedeur Sanders got a real feeling how to navigate and have a real sense in the pocket when you want to make plays as a quarterback. And he said he surprised me with his mobility. And we saw Shedeur running the ball. A lot of people during the draft, after the draft, said Shedeur stiff, he can't move in the pocket, he can't run. But as you see right there, that Todd Monken gave him a vote of confidence that he liked the way he plays that quarterback position. So that's Todd Monken, the head coach, talking about Shedeur Sanders. All right. Listen, Coach Prime and Colorado have a new defensive coordinator. They have a new defensive coordinator, Chris Marve. He's the new defensive coordinator for Coach Prime and the Colorado football team. You got to remember, Rob Livingston left and took a job with the Denver Broncos as a passing game coordinator for the Denver Broncos in the NFL. So Rob Livingston returns to the NFL, and Coach Prime promoted his linebacker coach, Chris Marve, who used to be a defense coordinator for the Virginia Tech college football team back in 2024, which they had a better defense than Colorado in the past. If you look at his history, look at his stats of the defense when he was the defense coordinator at Virginia Tech, you remember, they played in the ACC. So this defense should be better this year up under the new defensive coordinator. All right? Hey, that's the end of my show. Want to thank all of you for tuning in right now. Do me a favor. Do me a solid. Hit the like button. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed. And hit that notification button. It'll let you know whenever I go live. Share this video. Hype this video. Anything that you do will be highly appreciated. Remember, I'll drop another video at 5 o'clock p.m. I got a live show tonight with Greg Setter and JR Box. Come on back at 8 o'clock. We're going to have a good time. All right? All right. Until later on, peace.